So, in terms of, Joel mentioned there's a DigRF 3 and the tremendous that goes into the current generation phones. There's been a lot of good work that went into that. That's been carried over to DigRF 4. So that also, oops, sorry. So that's for a 2.5G standard. Whereas here we have, for LTE and WiMax, we have high channel bandwidth requirements. The earlier interface was for 312 megahertz. And it's compared to the DigRF 3G, this is 4x faster, 4 to 32x faster than V3. So that's a higher rates. No? And there's a diversity in the MIMO support also in this. So DigRF 3 probably carries shorter messages than RF4, so it's not only a higher data rate, but the message length itself can be much larger in V4. Like Ken mentioned, there are other SerDes standards you could use, but we're trying to take advantage of the fact that it's a very short link. You don't need all this overhead for this, especially on the big factories. That's very low latency for DigRF V4 compared to other standards. No? So for a LTE RX with a diversity 1.228 gigabits per second, it's a proven use case that we have numbers on. So doing okay on time, Marsha? Okay. So and also like Ken mentioned, we have much faster power up on the PLLs and other things, and that's built into the standard, so that you don't use it when you don't need it. You turn it off and turn it on very quickly. So these little things enable it and it makes all the difference for battery life in a mobile platform. So while a lot of us have worked a lot of people in the group have worked with other standards like USB, PCI Express, other serial standards, we try to bring that experience and make sure that what's really required is what's used here. So in that sense, it's a very unique environment in MIPI to have all this experience from multiple sides, from the RF side and the SerDes side and various vendors and various other standards to come and give the lowest, greenest solution you can think of. Okay, like Joel mentioned, it came into the board MIPI Umbrella 07, but a lot of good work on the DigRF V3 was done ahead of that, and they only came from a seasoned use model which has been used, and that has continued with MIPI. The charter was approved in 07, the 3G spec was approved in 08, and then the 4G spec actually came out. I mean, like Ken said, this enables us, the environment in MIPI enables us to bang, 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 come out with this layer of the spec. That's exactly what happens here too. The basic spec came out last year, based on which a lot of us could spin out silicon and start looking at results. And there's a 1.0 spec that released this May, so that's got a lot of maturity behind it, a lot of data to back it up, why we do that. So it's a very solid spec in that sense. So the status right now is approved for status for that. There might be minor revisions or explanations on that or app notes. But basically, it's a spec that you can go and invest money and build a piece of silicon or build a system around. That's the message I'd like to convey. So silicon implementations are available now. So coming to the companies, they're like I said, there are providers, there are system companies, there are SerDes companies, there are RF companies that regularly contribute to this with very focused meetings. Our heart and soul is Dietmar, who is from Infineon. Unfortunately, he couldn't join us today because he broke his back. We're probably working on the spec. Just look at his disk. But he's a great guy. Anytime in the 24 hours, any season you send him an email or any technical subject, boom, the answer will come back. It's like a machine out there. And Rob is from IEEE. He makes sure that we're all on the same page all the time, and he's a great guy to work with. And somehow I didn't update the foil here. There's also Vic, since Dietmar couldn't join us, Vic over there. Vic, raise your hands. He's the man to go to. If you have any smart questions, intelligent questions, ask Vic. If you have any dumb questions, ask Rob. That's what I do. He taught me a lot. And if you don't know if it's a smart question or a dumb question, ask me. I'll direct it. Right? So, so with that said, like again, in the tradition of, we don't meet as many times as Ken does. We have at least 1-2 hour call per week, but face-to-face meetings like this. And it's a change request in Mozilla method process to systematically count for all. It's like working inside a company, where people are anal about, this has to be solved. Mozilla is the way you kind of enforce it, and the working group CR tracking system is in place too, So general MIPI information, yeah, of course, there's you should have email, but I would suggest you send it any email you have onto Rob. Immediately he'll make sure that your thing is addressed by somebody or other. Okay? So that's about DigRF. Also, it falls in the umbrella of M5 Type 2. No? If I didn't make it out clear, hopefully that's in the foils and the explanations. Right? Thanks, Marsha.
Thank you.